It's a 6% commission. So this is problem 26 in 3.5 practice. Okay. If you received a commission of 10,650, what was the sales price of the house? Can anyone help here or guide us through this or say anything?
$10,650 divided by 0.06.
No, careful. So I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm just saying let's think for a moment. We have to write an equation first and then divide. You're correct, but let's write the equation first. So 6% of the value of the home must equal 10,650. That's where Rachel got x equals this amount divided by 0.06. And she noticed something last time, which is very important. When we divide by a very small number like this one, this is like 6 cents, right? When we divide a number, which is quite substantial, right? 10,000 by a very small number like this, the result has to be a big number. But if we divide it by 10 million, it's going to be a very small number. But we're dividing a big number by a tiny, tiny number. So that's why the answer will be a big number. So let's divide. I'm sharing my screen. Clear. And here it is. 10,650. No. 650 divided by 0.06. So this is 177,000. So the price of the home was 177,500. We divided 10,650 by 6%. We cannot divide by 6. We have to divide by 0.06, which is the decimal form of 6%. Good. Janelle, did you find it? Or not yet?
I found some.
Yes.
I think.
We're ready.
I don't know if it's the same thing, but the ones in practice 3.4.
Yes.
Like number 25.
So
26.
25, 26 in 3.4. Let's go back to that. And then we'll come back to 3.5 past 26. Good. So back to 3.4, you said, in practice, right?
Correct.
Perfect. Let's take a look. And we want 25. Right. I guess it doesn't like the fact that I'm already logged in a different assignment. I don't want to close that. If I have to close that, I will. That's okay. Let's see if I can fool it. Can I fool it? And go in another way. Let's see if it allows me now. It should. Okay, so I think I tricked the system, believe it or not. Okay, and we want 3.4 practice, and we want 25, 25, and 26. Okay, good. In a recent survey of 2,501 adults, so that's the total. Is this the one?
Yeah, it's similar.
Good. If you want to share your screen and give us your problem, that's fine too.
Oh, it's okay.
Okay, so from this total, 1,548 indicated that they dined at a fast food chain in the past month. What percent of the total adults have dined at a fast food chain in the past month? Original, it has to be in the denominator. So 1,548 divided by the original. We don't have an increase or a decrease here. They're just telling us that from this total, this number dined at such and such.
Okay, because I was looking for an increase and I was confused.
Yes, yeah, there is no increase. So here this was similar to that problem that I mentioned. Okay, there were 60 questions on a test, and I got 80% of them correct. How many of them are? So this time I was given the percent, and I was given the total, and I was asked how many I got right. So indeed, this is not about increase or decrease. So when we divide these two, we're going to get a decimal number that we will have to convert into percent. Is this okay so far?
Yes, definitely.
Good.
Thank you.
So it's always over the total. So 1,548 divided by 2,501. And the answer is 61.895. So I will write, let me just write it as is, 61895. And because it's percent, normally I have to change it, multiply by 100. But because I see 895, this 5 will make this into a 0, and it will make this into a 9. So I will have 90, and this is in percent.
That makes more sense. Thank you.
Does it make sense?
Yes, definitely.
So normally, now you have to read the fine print. Maybe they only want one decimal digit. It's still the same. If they want 2 decimal digits, it happens to be the same as well. Now let's look and see if 26 was different. Let's see if 26 was different in any way. An interstate interchange is being rebuilt. Okay. When it was built in 1960s, the section of roadway served 70,000 vehicles per day. So this is 26. So initially, this was 70,000, which is 41% equals. So this is 41%, which is 0.41 of the current traffic. This is 41% of the current traffic. Is this okay so far?
Yes, this is actually the one that I was looking for.
Perfect. So then x equals 70,000 divided by 0.41. We divide a big number by a tiny number, so the answer has to be big. Of course, bigger than 70,000. So we go back and we divide 70,000 divided by 0.41. And the answer is 170,000. So x equals 170,731. And I don't know if they want decimal digits, but if I use 2 decimal digits, I will put 0.71. Now, because we are talking about people, let's take a look at what they say. Okay, so the number of vehicles driving to the nearest 100. Okay, the number of vehicles driving this road today to the nearest 100. Okay, so now here is the 10th digit, and here's the 100th digit, and the 1,000, and so on and so forth. So because they only focus on this, then the 3, 1 has to go away because they want the closest to the 7th. So if they want just 100, then I will have to consider 170, 700. I don't know why would they do that, but that's what they want us to enter.
Thank you. That
Was
makes a lot of sense.
was this? Do we need to look at other problems?
No, I think I understand that. Thank you.
Okay. Good. So let's go back now. Where were we? Do we have other questions? Anybody? Do we have anything else? Don't be shy. If you have anything, please say so. If not, we'll go back to 3.5 to see if there is anything else that we did not address last time. Okay, so back to, let's see, 27. If it's the same, we'll skip it. Write an algebraic equation for the following problem and then solve it. Let's work on this problem. The population of a country in 2015 was estimated to be 321.8 million people. So here's how I take notes on a problem like this. So this is problem 27 in 3.5. 27 in 3.5, and this is in 2015. I see 321.8 million. Okay. This was an increase of 27% from the population in 1990. So in 1990 was X, but from here was a 19% increase. And right before everybody else showed up, I had a little chat with Rachel, and she said, word problems require time. Yes, we have to read it maybe a couple of times, maybe make sure that we incorporated all the information, we understand what we need to do, and so on and so forth. Yes, they require time to understand it, to put it in words, put words into math, and also solve. So I fully agree with that. Good. What was the population of the country in 1990? Again, in 2015, the population was this. What we do know is that in 1990, there was an unknown population that grew by, I'm sorry, how did I come up with 2019? So it's 27, sorry. I just changed 19 to 27 to 19, sorry about that. So there was an increase of 27%. So X, the initial number of people, increased by 27% of the original in 1990, and that ended up to be 321. So they want us to write an equation and then solve it. So this is identical with a situation in which I want to purchase a $10 t-shirt. In Maryland, the sales tax is still 6%. 6% of $10, and I end up paying whatever at the cashier. It's the same idea. To the original amount, I have to add an increase of 27% of the original amount, and I will get this. So forget about my example, but it's exactly the same thing to help you come up with an equation. One more time. I want to purchase a $10 shirt, t-shirt, but I know that at the cashier, to the $10, they will add 6% of it. And I know I will not pay $10, but I will pay a little bit more. By how much? By 6%. It's the same idea. Can anyone come up with an equation for us?
would it be x plus the 0.27 x?
Exactly. Exactly. If you understand that, you understood half of this module. Exactly. Absolutely. But remember, this is always easy, and you know a lot more than you think. To $1, I add 27 cents to get 1.27x equals 321.8. This is the equation we need to solve. Do you expect x to be bigger or smaller than 321.8 million? It's a silly question. To x, I'm adding something to get this. So should x be smaller or bigger than 321.8?
Smaller?
Much smaller. By how much? By 27% of it. So this has to be small. It's much smaller than this or smaller. This plus the increase will give us this. Good. So, and also we know because I'm dividing by 1 point. When I divide by very tiny number, then the result will be smaller. But here I'm dividing by 1 point. Something, something. So when I multiply by 1 point something, the result will be smaller than this. But if I divide by 0.06, the result will be bigger than that. Good. So let's divide. And that's the initial population. Good, clear, clear. So 321.8 divided by 1.27. The answer has to be smaller than 321.8. 253.4 million. 253.4 million. How will you check? To 253, where there is a minor error of rounding error. To 254, we add 0.27% of it, 253.4, and the answer has to be very close to 321.8. It's not going to be exact because I have a rounding error. That's how you check. To the original amount, add the increase of 20% of the original amount, and you get the ending amount. Good. Let's take a look and see if there is anything else. And if so far the price was 65% of the original price. What was the original price? Is this okay, or do we need to work on it? Read it carefully, please.